Hello students, today I am starting with the chapter 2 of the section 2 of electromagnetic theory 1. It is the techniques to solve electrostatic problems. To solve the electrostatic problem means to find the potential of a given charge distribution, and that is done by using what is called as Laplace's equation. By solving this Laplace's equation, which is a second order differential equation, one can calculate the potential due to system of the charges. To get the Laplace's equation, we have to first get a Poisson's equation. Now, to get this Laplace's equation, we'll first consider a differential form of Gauss's law, which we have proved in the previous chapter. According to this differential form of Gauss's law, del dot E equal to rho by epsilon 0, that is divergence of the electric field, is equal to rho by epsilon 0, where rho is volume charge density of the charge distribution. We have also seen in the previous chapter that electric field can be written as minus gradient of phi, that is minus del of phi, and phi here is a potential. So we substitute this E equal to minus grad phi into this differential form of Gauss's law. On the left hand side, what we get is minus del dot del phi, that is minus divergence of gradient of phi, which is a potential, and that is equal to rho by epsilon 0. Then we take this minus side on the other side, and del dot del is del square, so that is del square phi. Now this equal to minus rho by epsilon 0. Now this equation del square phi equal to minus rho by epsilon 0 is called as a Poisson's equation. Now in some special cases where the charge is only on the surface of the conductor. Normally, when we take a conductor, as we have seen in the previous chapter, charge resides on the surface of the conductor. So, if the charge resides on the surface of the conductor in the inner volume, there are no charges. That means charge density is 0. Or we can use this when the full charge is fixed at a point, what is called the point charge. Then most of the region, the charge density is 0. So charge density will be there at a point, or in this case on the surface. So for most of the point, we can say rho equal to 0. So by substituting here rho equal to 0, we get del square phi equal to 0. Now this del square phi equal to 0 is called as the Laplace's equation. Now next we'll see what are the properties of the solution of the Laplace's equation. Now given the Laplace equation is a second order differential equation because del is a derivative. So del square is a second order derivative. Now del square phi equal to 0, the solution means the value of that phi. And this solution satisfies a certain conditions, and they are given as a properties. So property 1 is called as theorem 1, and property 2 will be called as a theorem 2. Now, according to the first property, which is theory 1, if there are many solutions, example phi 1, phi 2, up to phi n are solutions of the Laplace's equation, then the linear combination, that C1 phi 1 plus C2 phi 2 plus Cn phi n, and which are C's are the constant, that this linear combination, which is phi, is also solution. And normally what happens is, if there are many solutions, then linear combination is also solution. We will prove this in this case for the Laplace's equation. So now since we are given here the phi 1, phi 2 dot dot up to phi n are the solution of Laplace's equation, though this satisfies the Laplace's equation. That means if you substitute that solution, then that equation will be satisfied. It means left hand side will be equal to right hand side. So here, because phi 1 is a solution, del square phi 1 equal to 0, phi 2 is a solution, del square phi 2 is 0, then phi n is a solution, del square phi n equal to 0. Now next we want to show that this phi, which is the linear combination of this, is a solution. So now let us start with the left hand side of the Laplace equation, that is del square phi, and we'll simplify this and prove that it is equal to 0. So here we substitute for phi, then C1, C2, Cn, their constant they comes out, because the constant come out of the derivative. We get C1 del square phi 1 plus C2 del square phi 2 up to Cn del square phi n. And here we have seen that phi 1, phi 2, etc. they are the solution. So that's why the del square of that function is equal to 0. So this del square phi 1 is 0, del square phi 2 is 0, up to del square phi n is 0. So therefore the total becomes 0. So since del square phi equal to 0, phi, which we have first taken that it is C1 phi 1 plus C2 phi 2 up to Cn phi n, is also a solution. Now let us take up the second property of the solution of Laplace's equation, which is called as a theorem 2. Now here, suppose there are two solutions of the Laplace's equation satisfying some boundary condition. Now they will differ at the most by some additive constant. So we have to prove this, and we will also see the meaning of this statement. Suppose phi 1 and phi 2 are two solutions of Laplace's equation, then they will satisfy the Laplace equation, and del square phi 1 equal to 0 and del square phi 2 equal to 0. Now define phi equal to phi 1 minus phi 2 to be the solution of Laplace's equation. Here suppose phi is 0, then phi 1 equal to phi 2, that will be solution. If the phi equal to constant, then phi 1 equal to phi 2 plus constant. That means they will differ at the most by some constant. So we have to prove that the phi is a constant and it can be also 0. And if we prove that phi is a constant or equal to 0, that means this two solution of Laplace equation will differ at the most by additive constant. So now you consider del square phi, and that is equal to, we substitute for phi 1 minus phi 2, open this bracket, del square phi 1 minus del square phi 2. Now since phi 1 is the solution, del square phi 1 is equal to 0, phi 2 is the solution of Laplace equation, del square phi 2 equal to 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. That means del square phi equal to 0. That means phi, which we are defined to be phi 1 minus phi 2, is also the solution of the Laplace's equation. Next, we will show that the phi is constant, that is phi 1 minus phi 2 equal to constant. That constant can be also 0. To prove that, you take the divergence theorem for the function phi grad phi. So here, according to divergence theorem, the volume integral of divergence of the function is equal to surface integral of the function. So here, volume integral, that means triple integral of divergence of function which is phi grad phi, and dv, that comes because it is a volume integral, that is equal to the surface integral of the function, that is function is phi grad phi, then that dot vector ds comes because it is a surface integral, and that vector ds is written as dot n cap ds. N cap is a unit vector of the element area, and the symbol n is used because the direction of the area vector is normal. But the phi equal to 0 or grad phi dot n cap equal to 0 at a boundary condition. See, phi 1 can be equal to phi 2. If the two solutions, two are the solutions of the given Laplace equation, then each one will be also solution. So the phi 1 minus phi 2 equal to 0, that is phi 1 equal to phi 2. So since this is 0, so this part is 0. So we get volume integral of del dot phi grad phi dv equal to 0. Then this del is similar to the derivative. So operate the derivative of the product of two functions. Two functions are here are phi and grad phi. So derivative of the product of the function is first function into derivative of the second function plus derivative of first function into the second function. So here we take a first function, derivative of the second function. The second function is del phi. So we take a derivative in del dot del phi plus derivative of first function, that is grad of phi. Because phi is a scalar function, we should not write dot or cross between the two. into the second function, which is del phi, and we have to write here dot because this is a vector quantity and this is a vector quantity. Then del dot del is del square, and grad phi dot grad phi is del phi whole square, just like vector a dot vector a is a square. Same way we get it here. But del square phi equal to 0 because phi is the solution of the Laplace equation. So this is 0. So first term is 0. Second term is here. So volume integral of second term is del phi square dv equal to 0. Now when the integral of the quantity is 0, that means that quantity is equal to 0. So here del phi square equal to 0. So del phi equal to 0. So del is like a derivative. So derivative of the something is equal to 0 means that something is equal to constant. So phi equal to constant. But phi equal to phi 1 minus phi 2, that is equal to constant. That means the two solutions of the Laplacian equation, which are phi 1 and phi 2, they differ at the most by additive constant.